All right, we're back. Season 5 of the randomizer. Very fun show on tap tonight. It is, of course, Yahoo and Reception Perceptions. Matt Harmon battling the wheel. For those of you guys who are new around here, we are going to do an 18-round best ball draft. But this ain't your grandfather's best ball draft. No, this is going to be entirely dictated by prompts on the wheel that you guys have submitted via Twitter, the Discord, all of that good stuff. And Matt can only make the selections he wants if he completes the prompt. So we will see if Matt is up for the challenge tonight. I'm Pete Overzet. This is the randomizer. Let's spin.
Kyle Pitts, can you do something for me? Can you score a couple of touchdowns for me?
Green, what's the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park?
We're going tight end in the early round.
What?
Oh!
We had to resize.
Mom, okay, don't say anything weird.
Welcome to the randomizer. Pete, take it away.
All right, Matt Harmon, this feels long overdue. Super excited to not only do a show with you, but have it be the randomizer. Welcome to the wheel, man.
Man, I'm excited. I got to say, based on the intro to the collaboration of all the great people you've had there, I got a lot to live up to, that's for sure. And I've seen some of the prompts that have come in, at least on Twitter. It feels like I'm gonna have to do a lot of like thinking and work. I mean, I would much rather like shove the Ritz crackers into my mouth, but we'll see what happened here.
Yeah, it's funny because I always want to keep some surprises. Obviously, you're going to see some of the prompts come in on Twitter, but we got a randomizer writers room, we got a Discord group chat, we got guys in the Discord who submit via prompt form. So we do have some surprises for you, and don't worry, I curate them. Ultimately, you get a lot of, as you know, as someone who has a big Twitter following, you get lots of random stuff in your mentions. Don't worry, I'm not just willy-nilly putting every prompt on the wheel.
Perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense out there, but I do enjoy the nonsense, so it should be good.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Right now, I'm going to drop the link in the randomizer channel within the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Always going to give you guys the first crack to get in this draft. After that, we will open it up to you guys in the chat. But like I said, we are going to go 18 rounds here on Underdog. And before each pick, Matt, we are going to spin the wheel. I've loaded the wheel with prompts here, and then you are going to have to face each one of these prompts before making a pick. Have you done any best ball drafts yet this year?
Yeah, a little bit. This will be like at least one of my first few, so that's even more exciting, is that I really have like no idea what to expect. So I honestly like no idea what I'm getting myself into tonight, but I think it's going to be good.
Well, it is going to be good. I just saw this filled. We have the 1-9, which isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But also isn't the word. And when I say that, it's not because I'm thinking about a tier of players. It's that I'm thinking about how quickly are we going to have to spin before the next pick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my thought too, is I'm going to have to be quick on my feet here with stuff, which is like hit or miss in terms of whether that's a strength of mine.
Well, let's, sometimes because we're going to have to really get in the swing of things going from, the 9 to our pick at 16, I'm going to just spin the wheel right off the rip here. Make sure we can kind of ease into what's about to transpire over the next 50 minutes to an hour. Ooh, okay. I remember this prompt here. Lifelong fan. Before the Carolina Panthers played in Charlotte, North Carolina, they actually played in South Carolina for one season in 1995. What college stadium did they play their first season? If correct, you get to draft whoever. If not, draft a player who went to that college. Talk it out here. Do you know this one?
Oh my God. I'm gonna get I gotta guess the college stadium. That's the thing, is I have no idea what any of these stadiums are called. If I just get the team right, does that count?
Yes, I think so. And I will default. I have the answer here. I am going to double check it and make sure I know as well. But yeah, if it's just if you know the university essentially.
I'm gonna guess Clemson, but I do not know the answer.
You got it.
It is.
It is Clemson.
Thank God. I was hoping it wasn't so, because I know that the former Panthers owner Jerry Richardson had like them. They did training camp at like Spartanburg University. I was like, I really hope it's, if I guess Clemson and it's like Spartanburg, I don't know who the hell we'd be drafting at the 109. So that would have been, there was a lot of disaster potential with that one.
For sure. And I mean, I will say with Clemson, I mean, I'm trying to think of notable alums that would have been going highest up in the draft. Obviously, you have your DeAndre Hopkins, T. Higgins, Clemson?
Higgins, yeah, Higgins. Travis Etienne, I guess, would probably be, that would have been not terrible.
You could have survived it. You could have survived it. Man, and you saying Jerry Richardson. So wait, did Richardson sell the team to Tepper?
Yes, because of the whole, sexual harassment kind of allegations, or the whole thing there. I was actually at NFL when that was happening, so that was quite that's a hell of a story.
All right, Bijan, Puka, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson. Who do you want?
Let's go with Bijan.
Perfect. I wasn't sure because you were all over Puka. I was like, is he going to go with Puka as his guy, or is that price now feeling a little rich for you?
That price is feeling a little rich. I actually probably would have gone with AJ Brown over Puka Nacua, but I feel like in terms of overall tiers, I'd have Bijan ahead of those two receivers, kind of no question to me.
All right, we're easing into the show with some more trivia-based questions here. This one comes from our guy Emo Cowboy. Did they retire? Correctly guess retired or not, or else draft Tim Patrick. These are the names: John Brown, Julio Jones, Deshaun Jackson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Parker. I will start with John Brown. Retired or not retired?
I think retired.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank God.
I love
John Brown.
Oh yeah. Julio Jones, retired or not retired?
Not retired.
Correct. Deshaun Jackson, retired or not retired?
I want to say retired.
Correct.
But I'm okay.
Randall Cobb, retired or not retired?
I mean, isn't he like on the Jets? No, I know he's not. I know he's not on the Jets, but I don't think he is retired.
I mean, I'm sure Rodgers has him on speed dial for sure.
Yeah, if he's not on the Jets now, he will be in like a month or two.
And I will, just for drama's sake, I will put Tim Patrick in the queue here for this last question. Devontae Parker, retired or not retired?
Just retired. That was the one I knew for sure.
Beautiful. Yeah, Devontae Parker, after getting drafted last year as an 18th round pick, ends up getting or packing it in this year. So you are going to get to pick whoever you want. You have navigated these first two rounds. Bijan was our first pick. I just have this sorted by ADP now. Gibbs, Marvin Harrison, JT, Barkley, Ayuk. Obviously, you got to be careful. These guys like to snipe you if you reveal exactly who you want. But do you have any leans here for this second round pick?
I do have a lean. It's probably not what people think, but I do have a lean, so I'll tease it that way. What do you think, man?
So I guess I don't know how open you are to running back starts. I know you like Ayuk a lot. That makes me think you might go there.
Well, I guess we'll see. I will say I'm open. I'm open to the running back start in specific situations. This is why
you're on
I
the
hate
clock now. 5 seconds. Sorry. JT, Barkley, Ayuk.
Let's go Ayuk. Let's just go Ayuk. I said all that to do that. Now I'm going to take Ayuk.
No, but talk about it a little bit. How you're thinking about that spot regularly for running back, or grabbing that wide receiver.
To be honest, I just don't like this 109 spot in general. I either kind of want to be all the way on the turn, and this goes for this year and almost like every season. I feel like the last 4 or 5 years I've been stuck, and it's probably because I haven't normally picked my draft slot because I always forget to do it. But in the Scott Fish Bowl, I always end up like at the 109. I'm like, shit, I forgot to. I don't know if I can curse on the show, but shit, I just okay, cool. I've never remembered to pick the draft slot. I end up at 109, and I always feel like it's just in a terrible spot, and that's even made worse in a format like that. But here too, it's kind of same thing. I never liked that spot.
Yeah, it's and it's tough this year too, because I just feel like the talent really falls off a cliff after the first 12 picks. And so, and it seemed like you were a little sketch on Puka. How do you feel about Bijan though there? Are you feel pretty good about getting him at 9?
That actually, to me, it seems like there's a teardrop after Bijan. Like all of these guys, like I could talk myself in or out of Puka, AJ Brown, and Garrett Wilson as a first round pick. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a little dicey as a late first round pick, but he was the guy I was strongly considering. Had he been there, I probably would have felt comfortable going running back. But because he was off the board, that's why I was like, I'm just going to go with my favorite receiver here, which was Ayuk.
And I will say, like, if you go running back, you're adding an even additional level of difficulty here. Not only do you have to get the prompt right, but these drafters in here who normally hop in love grabbing the wide receivers, which can, put your back up against a wall in another way.
Yeah, that would have been a tough spot. I can't imagine that I'm really going to like any of the receivers that are going to come back around here in rounds 3 and 4. And I don't know if this is just because we're still like early in the draft process and in draft season in general. I still feel like I don't totally have a good grasp of what boards look like or really kind of how I feel. I don't really even do I do redraft rankings for Yahoo, but I don't do them very seriously until, like probably mid-July.
I also will acknowledge what John Warner, the bit he's doing here, started DeMornay Pearson L out of the 2-hole, and then Tommy Hudson in the second round. Did you happen to see the screenshot of the drafter who rage quit a draft and made these 2 selections the other night?
I did see that, and I just, it was kind of like, what reality are we living in where this is a thing?
I'm tilting for a different reason because I had put a couple of these guys as punishment picks for some prompts on the wheel, and now John has already taken them off the board. So
that's good for me.
Okay, here we go. Young boy. Draft the young boy of the next 15 players by ADP. This comes from Tybo on Twitter. So we have a couple picks here, but we're going to have to scroll down. I assume we're, looking for a rookie here.
Yeah. I mean, Laporta's a second-year player. Zay Flowers is a second-year player.
How old's Tank? He was an older rookie,
Tank
right?
Dell was a little older. I think he's like 24, 25. But Zay was also a little older, too. I mean, I guess I probably can't look this up, but I feel like it's going to end up being Laporta.
Yeah, no, we can. I think for stuff like this, we can double-check. What's so funny is we're almost in a rookie dead zone here in the late 3rd to early 5th, which would be our next 15 picks.
Zay Flowers is 23 and his birthday is in September. Sam Laporta is 23 and his birthday is in January. So he is probably going to end up being our youngest guy here. Yeah,
Laporta you have is just a notch younger.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Tank Dell is 24.
I'm just going to make sure here going down 15, Allen, Hurts, Kelsey, and then we're Zay, Tank, and then ETN, Jacobs, T, Lamar, Trey, Pickens. So this is definitely Laporta.
That's funny because I think this could have been a much more hilarious result. Honestly, George Pickens is actually close too. He's 23, but he's a little bit younger than Zay and Tank.
That is, I saw, did you see that Pat Thorman tweet a couple weeks ago, which was like NFL ages that will like blow your mind? It was like age disparity ones. There were some wild ones in there that
I didn't see it, but those are always the best. I mean, Amari Cooper's still like 26 years old.
Yeah. It's like the Jayson Tatum joke from the NFL.
This was hard.
You know what? You are getting the ultimate kind of warm up to the randomizer because it's a lot of the kind of trivia questions here front loaded. Perfect tree. Matt has to list every receiver that's ever had a perfect route tree on Reception Perception since 2021. If he gets them all, draft whoever he wants. If he gets any wrong, he has to draft Jalen Reagor. Do you know the perfect route tree, guys?
Does anybody else know the answer? Because I
had
the answer.
I had the answer because he submitted these, and then I was going to DM with him, and I was like, "Do you actually know these, all of them?" And he went and dug through and got me the 4 names.
Okay, so 4 names. I'm guessing Deontay Johnson.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Devontae Adams for sure.
Yep.
And if we're counting prospects, it would be Rome Odunze. But are we not counting prospects?
I'm going to default to you on this because this is your methodology. The one he gave me was Jefferson 2022.
Oh,
that's the 4.
Yeah, that would be the other one. That would be the other pro one. I just didn't know if we were counting prospects, but yeah, I mean, come on, I'll give myself that. I'm surprised. Like off the top, I saw that question come in, and I was like, I don't off the top of my head know the answer to that.
There you go. So let's see. Is the chat? Are you guys giving? Sometimes on these tiebreaker ones, are we giving him J Jeff here? I guess I didn't even give you enough time after Adunze to get there. Would you have gotten there with Jefferson?
He probably. I mean, I'm gonna say yes, but I would say he'd had to be one of the top ones off the top of my head.
Yeah. Does that Rome being, I mean, those are some pretty good names, obviously, as far as how their careers panned out. I guess Deontay's the only one who hasn't hit maybe the mega ceiling that Diggs, Jefferson, Devontae does. Do you think Rome is closer to those former three, or Deontay as far as like his pro ceiling outcome?
The thing is, and I'll spoil this, right, where like one guy just charted actually is going to be pretty close. It's Chris Olave.
Okay.
And I think one of these guys, like Olave, and I know we're on the clock here, so yeah. I'll be quick, but like I think that Olave and Deontay have like some more holes in their game beyond route running that like Rome Odunze doesn't have, right? Where like because Jefferson's a great contested catch receiver, so is Diggs, so is Adams, so I think he's closer to that.
Who would you like here? Pittman, Henry, Kupp, Flowers, ETN, Jacobs?
I'm going Henry for sure.
Okay. All right, got it in here at the last second. So we now have Bijan, Derrick Henry. You get a nice value on Derrick Henry. ADP of 32. He falls to us at 40. Sounds like you're in on the big dog vacuuming up some TDs this year.
Yes, I definitely am. I've been talking about that on my show a lot lately, where I just don't know how I'm going to like not, especially if he gets here the fourth round, I have no idea how I'm not going to pull the trigger on Derrick Henry. I just think like, I get that obviously on underdog, like, receivers are at a premium, and but at the same time I'm looking between like Tank Dell and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers there back to back, and I like Tank Dell and I like Zay Flowers, but to me it just like I think one of these guys has a much higher just overall fantasy ceiling, kind of like regardless of format, regardless of position.
And isn't like the thing I've been thinking about with Henry isn't when more casual people too start drafting in August, isn't he going to be a second round pick? Like, are people really going to log in and be like Derrick Henry on the Ravens? I'm not taking that guy in the second round.
Right. The Ravens are already a great rushing team, and now they just add one of the, most effective backs of the last 5 years. And I know we have to bet on like kind of an outlier with his amount of touches, his age and all that, but I feel like that I'm comfortable. I mean, shoot, Christian Kirk just went in this round. Like what are we talking about? Like if Derrick Henry's in the same round as Christian Kirk? I don't think so.
I love John here. Roto Run tanks the first two picks, but now is going to try to, salvage it here with CJ Stroud and Christian Kirk. I guess. All right, let's spin again here. Solid team so far though. No landmines. Bijan.
I like this team.
Yeah. All right.
Looks a lot better than Jalen Reagor. Shit.
Yeah. All right. Crabs dirty offensive. Matt gives a summary of the dirty crab offense. If chat thinks it will beat today's cover 2 draft, whoever, bonus, skip next prompt's punishment if Matt cites Chesapeake, Bridge Tunnel, or Natty Boy route concepts. What's the Crabs dirty offense here?
I have no idea. I don't know what this is.
So I think it looks like this is maybe a little improvised. What would an offense called the Dirty Crab look like here?
I mean, I guess it's kind of I truly like have no, I mean, I guess like some of these prompt words here, like Chesapeake Bay, the Bridge Tunnel, whatever, like Natty Bow, those are all like in reference to some like Maryland, DMV, like this area I'm living in specifically. I don't know if that's what this is about, but
you know what? I'm picturing like, how you have like the wing tee. I'm picturing like the crab arms, like a half shell of players in the backfield, maybe 2 people out as the claws, like an Andy Reid machination.
I actually think it like I was just in Puerto Rico, and we were like, my wife and I were at the infinity pool, and we were watching like the crabs down on the beach, and just it's like painful to watch them because like this guy's trying to get out of the little like what do you call it, like the tide pools, but they can only go horizontal. So maybe it's like Cliff Kingsbury's offense, like the horizontal raid, like there's no vertical. I'm like, just go up, but he's just they can't. They just gotta go side to side. So
that's the question. Can this crab offense?
No chance, right? If we're not pushing the ball like vertically on dig routes or big overs or posts or anything like that, we're basically like the Matt Canada offense without go routes. We're screwed here.
Okay, you know what? This prompt was a mindfuck. Who do you want here? And then I'll settle this. Mahomes, Kincaid, Cook, Reed, Hollywood.
Reed, I guess. I don't feel
I just
great
clicked
about
it at the last second.
I don't feel great about it either, but we're going Jayden Reed there. I love Jayden Reed the player, but it's a tough offense to figure out.
He's Jayden Reed, pretty versatile, would be part of the Crab's dirty offense, I think.
100%. He is touching the ball at least 130 times in the Dirty Crabs offense. We're going to get a lot of those like eight catches for 27 yards like he had against the Giants. We're going to get a lot of those games.
Bruss-kale Wilson. Matt must eat at least a single Brussels sprout on air. Otherwise, select Russell Wilson. Do you have a Brussels sprout in your house right now?
I do not have a Brussels sprout.
Oh my! Do you have anything Brussels sprout adjacent? Will the chat allow an asparagus?
I have asparagus. I got kale. I got broccoli.
Let's go get
kale. Kale is probably the most cruciferous, right?
Yes, I think you got to come back. The chat might allow this. I think you got to go for it.
I got to go all the way downstairs.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We got this. Brussels Wilson. Cabbage, all three. Yeah, what is John doing with his draft over here now? Travis Etienne. John's trying to win. And then if John wins this league with DeMornay, Pearson, Ellen, Tommy Hudson, is that drafter who tanked that league going to feel vindicated? See? I was trying to draft a good team. All right, what do we got, Matt?
Go 365 chopped kale. Does this count?
Oh, it for sure does. Hang on. We're going full screen here for Matt. We got to see you. Actually, let me get you over here. I got to see this. All right, Matt, let's see this.
This is easy.
This isn't even. This is just like a snack.
I'll take a
for
few
you,
bites.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, please do. Please. So, what happened to your love affair with Brussels sprouts? You don't keep any in the house?
No, I got a fucking mouthful of kale. Just to make a point. I just don't. We had some the other night, so there just wasn't any available.
Okay. All right. I can buy that. Chat. I go to the chat on this one. Are we going to count that? I thought it was pretty impressive eating mouthfuls.
I'll do 3 bites. 3 bites.
3 bites. Everyone knows the rules. There we go. Hey, as long as you're sticking to your vegetable brand, maybe that's what you do. That's how you grow as a content creator. You open up into different vegetables.
That's right. I had to retire the Brussels sprout bit because it just got to be too much. Like years ago, all I'd get in my mentions was just like pictures of Brussels sprouts. It's like, yo, man, like, I get it.
All right. You're on the clock. Anthony Richardson, Hollywood Brown, Kenneth Walker, Calvin Ridley, Kittle, Rome, Kamara. Who do you like?
I kind of want to go receiver here, Pete.
Yeah, I think that would be prudent.
I think we got to go. I think we got to go Hollywood Brown.
Okay, let's do it. Famously sitting with Mahomes and Kelsey courtside at the Mavs game, Minnie saying he is now the wide receiver to draft in Kansas City.
I got a lot of kale stuck in my teeth, man. You should have should have seen my wife's reaction. She's sitting down there in the living room. I got to run past and like go all the fridge is not close in this house.
So I think about that because I've had that moment on mini randomizer, doing it 4+ years where my wife just rolls her eyes because she knows like, here goes the randomizer. But your wife is not expecting you to be doing this. So it's an even weirder thing of why are you running? It would have been even funnier if you said no explanation. He's like, he just really wanted a healthy snack on this show.
I said, I got a bit. I'm doing a bit. And then she's like, okay, well, what else is new? But I did tell her that this was a fun show I was going on tonight. So I think it would have been, I think it would have been better if I had not said that. And yeah, I'm just like just my typical old shows, and I'm in the middle of like talking route concepts, and I really got a hankering for some raw kale.
Yeah, it is so funny when you have a thing that becomes part of your personal brand, but to the point where that's all anyone will reference. Because I do think I remember that Brussels sprout stage, like when we were making the prompts today, I was like, shit, no, we have to have a Brussels sprout because you have kind of put it on the brand back burner in the past couple of years, but for a while. That was a tent pole of the Matt Harmon brand.
Pete, we've been doing this shit way too long when like you can say I have that on the brand back burner. Like,
yeah.
But I feel like my brand back burner is actually pretty full.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Yeah, no, I think it actually probably would have been more difficult to eat the Brussels sprout on air, honestly. That would have been a little more chunky. So I maybe got off a little easy with the kale.
Well, because I was thinking what I thought in my head, I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't have any fresh Brussels sprouts, but maybe he has some frozen Brussels sprouts in the freezer. And I was like, will he go to the extent of popping a frozen Brussels sprout?
I might have had to like, kind of suck on that thing for a while, which would have been problematic, here. But
All right, I'm going to spin here. I was going to ask you, what you're cooking up these days, but I think we need to get to this next pick here. Ooh, okay. This one's fun. This is a reception perception blind item.
okay.
I'm going to pull up a chart right now where I've cropped out the player, and you are going to try to guess this player's route tree. Otherwise, you have to take the wide receiver 4 on their offense. So I'm going to bring this guy up right now, and let's see here. Take a look at this route tree. Does anything ring a bell? Feel free to talk it out for like what kind of player this is and all that, and I'll go back here.
I guess I don't get to know if this is from this year, right?
So this is all I'll say. I went through your tweets like media and was scrolling for some charts you pulled. And this was from the past, 4 to 5 months that I pulled these.
It's not Drake London. I don't think.
So where's this guy standing out? Slant? Flat?
He's a lot of slants, a lot of curls. Looks pretty good there. It's not Michael Pittman. I thought Michael Pittman at first because slants and curls. But I think he's got a higher dig route success rate, lower 9 route success rate. Last few months. Oh man, this is embarrassing that I'm like kind of stumped on this. But I don't know my own stuff.
So this is Terry McLaurin.
See that you kind of fucked me on that a little bit because I haven't done Terry McLaurin's this year, but I accept that I did not know.
Okay. Yeah, I just was scrolling through trying to find some charts that were fun. So who is the wide receiver for? So you have McLaurin?
They've got Dyami Brown, probably.
Because Luke McCaffrey's the 3rd and Dyami Brown would be the 4th.
I guess Luke McCaffrey's the 3rd. Good Lord.
I'm sorry. This is a Dyami Brown team. You were doing so good. This
is brutal. It was such a good team. It was such a good team, and I didn't know Terry McLaurin's route chart. That's embarrassing.
Hey, I was curious, like how much, in the weeds knowing these and how much like the charts can differentiate themselves for you in your head.
If it had been like one of the ones I'd done recently, I probably could have gotten him.
So I hate this prompt that someone put on. Are you a Swiftie?
No.
Okay, me either.
I have no problem with the Swifties.
By all means. Let's see here. So this prompt is perfect harmony. Matt and Pete sing along to a verse of Taylor Swift's The Alchemy or draft Noah Gray. I literally don't even know this song from Adam here. I'm going to see if I can get a karaoke track up for us at least, Matt.
First thing I find is Reddit, The Alchemy discussion mega thread. I mean, my God, what a world.
Okay, Matt. These chemicals hit me like white wine. What if I told you I'm back?
The hospital was a drag. I circled you on a map. I haven't come around in so long. But I'm coming back so strong. So when I touchdown, call the amateurs
and cut them
from the team.
Ditch the
clowns, get the crown, baby. I'm the one to beat because the sign on your heart said it's still reversed for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? I mean, that was beautiful.
I think we were in perfect lockstep.
I'm going to never listen to that song in my entire life. I'll always imagine our like Frank Sinatra version of it, basically.
Yeah.
But, like much worse.
If I got my channel just entirely demonetized for that moment, it was all worth it, Matt. It was all worth it.
No, I'm sorry.
I was not going to, after the Dyami Brown pick, drafting Noah Gray was not an option. And so we both had to just make that happen.
Absolutely.
All right. We are going to get to select whoever we want. Quarterbacks kind of flying off the board here. Dak, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, tight ends, Evan Ingram and Ferguson, running backs, Ramondre, Zamir, DeAndre Swift, Najee, Brooks, wide receivers, Sutton, Lockett, Mike Dobbs. What do you like?
How do we feel about we only have Bijan, right?
And Big Dog.
Yeah, let's go with bring me the wide receivers again real quick. Otherwise, we're going to let's just go with Zamir White.
Man, my nimble fingers.
Sorry, I didn't make that easy.
No, it's good. I'm having to get into practice. The other day, I auto-picked when we were drafting on Ship Chasing, and an attack ad was made about me because I pride myself on my nimble fingers, and I'm getting my reps, getting my sea legs here. What do you think about Zamir White? He's been an interesting one, obviously a big draft winner. How do you feel about his status on the Raiders this year?
Yeah, I think he's definitely a guy that could be, I think he's either going to be Alexander Madison, who ironically Alexander Madison is on this team, or he's going to be Rachaad White. And I would say that like every year there's one guy that's, is Rachaad White, like kind of the king of the running back dead zone where he's just in line for a bunch of touches because he's the only guy in town, but he actually might be a little bit good. And that's kind of how I feel about Zamir White, is that we have a little bit of test case of him as a feature back. I kind of wish I'd gone Jonathan Brooks there, but what can you do?
Yeah, Jonathan Brooks is a fun one. The only thing I sometimes think about when I do these teams where I'm like, if I go 0 RB, then a guy like Zamir White really stands out where I'm like, I need those touches. He's going to be getting the ball. Whereas sometimes I'm like, all right, Bijan and Derrick Henry, those guys are holding it down. I need like a superstar to get in my lineup over these guys. Maybe that's where you kind of lean to Jonathan Brooks, but the randomizer wheel doesn't allow time for that kind of thought. And
to be honest, I hate this team so far. I would never draft this team in a normal sense, but here we are. I'm a little concerned we're going to have to I did think about going one of the, I guess I can't say this, but
not around these guys, man. They're here to snipe you. Let's see here. Also, a few things, guys. We're going to have the randomizers back weekly throughout the summer. I'm going to aim to do these mostly 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday evenings. We'll continue to let you guys know on Twitter who the guests are so you can submit prompts. And if you become a member to the YouTube channel, which does need your support after Taylor Swift comes after me with a cease and desist letter, you can get access to the private channel in the Discord. And if you want to be in these drafts, scooping up all the value or doing bits, you also get priority access to those links within the Discord. You become a YouTube member, join the Discord, and then you sync your YouTube with Discord account, and it will unlock that channel. Do you have a band? Do you have an artist? Like if you're not a Swiftie, do you have someone you identify with the most?
Oh, definitely Dawes. Got the record up here.
Ooh,
got
nice.
The hat that says "Let's Party." They're my favorite band for sure. I've gotten a chance to see them live a lot in LA back when I lived there. So I think Taylor Goldsmith, the best songwriter of his generation that nobody talks about.
The real Taylor is what you say, right?
I'm not saying that. You're already in trouble enough with Taylor Swift.
That's true. Yeah, the Swifties are not happy with me. All right, Harmon, BYOB. Matt tells the chat how the pick he just made is like one of his favorite beverages. If the chat likes it, Matt gets who he wants the next round. Otherwise, the chat orders for him and makes the next pick. Tell us about Zamir White as a drink.
Zamir White as a drink.
One of your favorite beverages.
See, this isn't necessarily one of my favorite beverages, but then again, Zamir White is not one of my favorite picks. Like if I go to somebody's house and kind of and we're drinking light beer, I guess. Like I know that's what's going to be there. And like they've got a bunch of Miller Lite. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I can do that. It's not my favorite light beer. It would not be my pick. Zamir White, he's not my favorite. He doesn't really move the needle for me, but he was there and we got to drink something. So ultimately I think Zamir White is kind of like, if we're thinking light beer, he's like the Miller Lite. If we're thinking like a mixed drink, he's like whiskey ginger. Would never be my first pick. Probably not going to like it that much, but hey, we got to do something.
I like it. Empty calorie beer, empty calorie carries for Zamir White there.
Exactly correct.
Yeah, exactly. I would also have allowed this pun here. The Zamir White Russian is pretty good.
That's a much better one.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see here. Let's make this pick. You did pass the Zamir White beverage channel or challenge. What position would you like me
We
to
gotta
look at?
go. Well, let's bring up quarterback real quick.
Caleb, Jayden Daniels, Brock Purdy stacks with
I was thinking we
Ayuk.
could do Brock Purdy stack, or we could go the Jayden Daniels, Dyami
Yeah.
Brown stack. Let's do Jayden Daniels, Dyami Brown stack.
See, this is why I love it because everyone and their mother wants to stack him up with Terry McLaurin or even Ben Sinnott, Luke McCaffrey. No. Dyami Brown. That's the unique stack.
That's why you come for, the creator of Reception Perception to tell you that you're stacking Jayden Daniels with Dyami Brown. That's how you make a unique lineup, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dumbest team that's ever been made.
Okay, what do we got here? Good podcast partner. Oh, Can you call Austin Ekeler and ask him how many career rushing plus receiving yards he has? If he knows his total draft, whoever, if he doesn't, you have to draft a running back he has played with in his career. Do you have Austin Ekeler on speed dial?
I do. We can call him.
Okay.
I don't know if he's on it. It might be on his honeymoon right now. He just got married. I don't know if he's going to answer me.
That's you know what? It's the effort that counts here.
Okay. What am I asking again?
How many career rushing plus receiving yards he has?
I think I got sent to voicemail.
Yeah, he said, Matt Harmon, love you, but not on my honeymoon.
No, yeah, I think so. Which is understandable, but I did make the call.
No, I believe you. Did you get invited to the wedding?
No, I did not get invited to the wedding.
Dude, trust me. Hey, Davis and I didn't get invited to Patrick Laird's wedding, which happened recently. That hurt our feelings. So as people who've podcasted with, big time NFL athletes, I get it, man. I certainly get it.
I did get invited to a charity event which would have been a couple of weeks ago. So what's more important, the wedding or the charity?
It's the charity. I mean,
yeah, it's
for
the
sure.
Austin Ekeler Foundation or the Austin Ekeler wedding.
Yeah,
it's funny. I almost thought about wishing him, congratulations on the wedding, like in a text today, and I opted not to. So now I really look like a dick.
No. Now you don't tell him that we're trying to prank call him for a fantasy football comedy show. You say, I wanted to wish you congratulations over the phone.
There you go. Perfect. You just saved the relationship potentially.
Okay. You know what? Do you know how you could really save the relationship? I was going to see, is Austin Ekeler still on the board here? He is.
He is. Yeah, we could. I mean, I don't know if I want to.
Hey, this year, I'm not going to force you to do anything. It is your pick here. Brock Purdy's still on the board.
Let's look at receivers. I feel like we need more receivers.
Dobbs, Shakir, Myers, Palmer, Judy, Cooks, Wicks. Anything?
Unfortunately, there's no good receivers.
That's what happens.
Yeah, let's go with Purdy. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get done with quarterback here. Stack that up. I mean, look at this, Matt. You have two stacks. Purdy to Ayuk and Jayden to Dyami Brown.
I mean, how many weeks do you think Dyami Brown will make it into my lineup?
It depends. If you stop drafting wide receivers, he might make it into your lineup.
Make it a couple of weeks. We can't. We're just going to draft, all the goofiest receivers possible here. The rest of this team. I mean, my God, we kind of have to.
What is your take on Luke McCaffrey? Because I think he's an interesting one. Obviously the name brand, but also the draft capital, the fit. Like where are you at with him?
Man, I was not that high on Luke McCaffrey. I think he's he could be a potentially solid slot receiver. I thought he was a day 3 guy, to be honest with you. So he went in the 3rd round. I thought that was interesting. I thought maybe Adam Peters was leaning into the name brand, right? He played, or he was with Christian in San Francisco. But yeah, I mean, the thing with him is interesting is he going to end up kind of blocking Jahan Dotson from slot reps? Because I think Dotson is going to be a much better player inside than he would be outside, where he's primarily played so far in his career. So I think that's probably the most interesting thing about him. But I also wouldn't be surprised if McCaffrey ends up kind of just being like a bit player and not somebody that is a full-time guy. Is more like used in some kind of designery ways, but also in some short area slot stuff. I thought he was a little bit of a limited player.
Yeah. I need to put the chat in their place. It's a long randomizer season. How did he get to pick Ekeler when he didn't answer? Ekeler answering is not in his control. If someone completes the prompt with what they get the fuck out of here, you guys. If the guest is willing to attempt the prompt and they do their end of the deal, they have fulfilled the prompt. I am sorry that he couldn't make Austin Ekeler pick up the phone on his honeymoon.
On his honeymoon, that's the thing. If this was any other time, I would be willing to do the punishment if it was any other time. Yeah. But the fact that the guy is quite literally on his honeymoon right now. I mean, I saw on Instagram earlier like a picture of him and his fiance, or not, excuse me, his wife now in a pool. So like, I think answering the phone call from my ass is like the last possible thing on his mind.
Yeah. If that's your take, you could write to Austin Ekeler and say that you're really upset that he ruined the integrity of the randomizer by not answering the phone in between making.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear from you if you do that.
Also, I just noticed my guy Nick here, 10 wide receivers. If you're wondering where all the wide receivers went,
that makes a lot of sense.
They're on Nick's.
I was wondering where the hell they were.
All right, here we go. We are about to pick in round 11. What is our prompt? No Harmon, no foul. All right. Matt makes an argument for a rule change in the past 3 seasons that has decreased pass catcher production. This is interesting because I feel like a lot of them have made it easier. If the chat agrees, pick whoever. Otherwise, draft Kelvin Harmon, another famous Harmon. Can you make an argument for a rule change that is a limited pass catcher production, Matt?
Well, I mean, I think the fact that this isn't necessarily a rule change, but I would say the fact that we have not adjusted pass interference penalties yet to be more of a like the fact that it's a spot penalty, like you go all the way there, that does limit your pass catcher production. There was at least I think it was proposed in the last few years, like it just becoming a 15-yard penalty, like your typical holding, whatever. But like the fact that you get the pass interference that doesn't go, look at Calvin Ridley this past year. I mean, doesn't go into the stat sheet. We know that, but those yards are there. The yards do move for the offense. So in a way that is also taking away from your pass catcher productivity.
Yeah, it is crazy. And you think about the fantasy industrial complex. No one's ever saying no to more points and more yards. And it's like, just give us those pass interference yards. I mean, think about some of the yardage totals these quarterbacks and wide receivers could have if we were getting those pass interference points.
I mean, literally, I think Calvin Ridley was like 190 something pass interference yards last year. Like, imagine if he had, what he had like 1,000 yards last year, but as like 1,200 yards, we'd be having a whole different Calvin Ridley conversation.
And it doesn't have like the call itself is subjective, but the yardage that they're receiving isn't. So we can get that exact number. I'm pro getting these fantasy points here. All right, you got a 2-3-4-1 build. The chat agreed here. What position do you want to look at?
We got to go look at receiver. We got to for sure look at let's go Dotson. Let's go Jahan Dotson.
Double stack it?
Yeah. Number one, we're doing the double stack. I wonder who's going to be in the lineup more, Brown or Dotson. I still have a lot of hope left for Dotson. I know his per route, like target and yards per route run metrics make him look like Quentin Johnson. I'm like, fucking watch these guys play. They do not look like the same player at all to me. So this is the first pick in a while I've actually liked.
All right.
Oh,
Speaking of a wedding reception perception. Give a convincing speech as the best man at Reception Perception's beloved Nico Collins' wedding. If the chat likes it, draft whoever you want. If they don't, draft Quentin Johnson. Right now, Matt, I'm handing you the mic. Our beloved Nico Collins just got married. Take it away.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the love of two beautiful people, Nico Collins and insert partner here. You guys are perfect for each other because love is about hard work. I'm a married man and it's easy some days. I mean, most days it's easy. And for me, when I look at Nico and his beautiful partner, I see an easy love affair, just like I see easy separation on Nico Collins' routes. I mean, this is a guy, when you see him against press coverage, he just gets that smooth, easy separation. And when I watch you two together, it's smooth. You guys are perfectly in rhythm, just like Stroud and Nico Collins are perfectly in rhythm. And honestly, what really sells your guys' marriage to me, and why the first time I saw you, it was perfect. And I knew before others. I knew Nico. I knew you were good before other people did. You can go check the record. That just instant connection, instant separation for a big guy like yourself. You're a unique player. This is a unique love story. So here's to Nico, and insert partner here.
Cheers. I love imagining the partner listening to you say, like, I was into your man before you were.
Way
that was
before
the
you. Get Quentin Johnston out of the queue.
Okay, you're right. I did just have to put him in there for stakes. You know, the chat getting a little testy, wanting me to be a tough grader. But to me, I was welling up with emotion.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not be?
And if we're not going to get invited to these real NFL weddings, the only toasts we're going to get are at these hypothetical NFL weddings.
To be honest, like, if a best man speech doesn't come off a little like, I loved your man before you did, like, is it even really a good best man speech? I would argue no.
That's true. It's it's the boys, letting go of one of their own there. All right, you do get to pick. Do you want to keep going with wide receivers? You want to check out a different position?
Let's look at receivers.
Shakir, Cooks, QJ, Darnell Mooney, Jalen Polk, Burton, Wilson.
I'm gonna not Wilson. I'm gonna go a little spicy here, and I'm gonna go with Jalen Polk.
I like it. Let me get this pick in here, and then I'm gonna check on the chat. Nick wants to know, can you give a speech at his wedding in December? He's sold by your best man skills.
Nick, I know more about Nico Collins than I do you, but don't take offense to that. I've been following Nico Collins, for 3 years now. So, I mean, I just got to get to know you a little bit more, and then maybe I can do that.
Talk about
December is going to be a tough time. Just by the way,
busy. Yeah.
Look slightly busy.
Yeah. I think with that would be a very funny beat. Like if you got on the, there's like cameos and stuff, but it was like, you hire Matt Harmon to come and give best man speeches at your wedding. That could be a fun gig for you.
I think that would be a fun gig. Like, I think if I'm starting to do that at this point, you might think like career's kind of gone downhill, right? I mean, it goes from like hosting a podcast every day of his life to like shilling myself out for. I also don't know that I'm like that well regarded. How many people really want me giving best man speeches?
I think in this hypothetical, it's not. I shouldn't have said cameo. I think you think of it more as like when these speakers get outrageous consulting fees, and like, Hillary Clinton gets paid $250,000 to go give a speech at the University of Texas. That's what I'm thinking about for you.
What is the fantasy football analyst like equivalent to that? Like, if Hillary Clinton's getting 200 mil or whatever, I'm probably getting like $50.
No, this is what it is. You got to pay. I'm giving you a nice purse. Here it is, Matt. This is the offer. The equivalent is, you got to pay $10,000 to have Matt Harmon come in, MC your draft with your boys. You got to fly him out there. $10K. Are you doing that?
Oh, easy.
There you go.
$10K. If you're paying for airfare and a hotel room, because like I'm not staying with.
You're not crashing on the couch.
I'm not crashing on the couch. Like, you got to pay. I'll even. You know what? Let me halfway. I'll pay for the hotel, but you fly me out there.
Yeah.
I come and MC the draft with your boys, 100%, $10K. I'm there. So chat, I know Pete, your very affluent followers and fans here are definitely going to be hitting me up for this soon.
You might be surprised. Someone might be sliding into your DMs. Hey, is that offer for real? There you go. Next thing you know, Matt, I just want a little, I don't know, just to wet my beak a little bit, maybe like a 1% finder's fee if you do get one of these gigs.
For sure.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm getting 10K, I will for sure send you 1% for the finder's fee on this one. Also, like, probably going to be dead. Like, there's definitely a non-0% chance I never come back from this trip.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're drumming up business right here. I do like Jonathan's thought. You want to purchase the hotel yourself so you can get the Radisson reward points and not the
I mean, I think I can probably business expense it too. That's another thing. This is not real money we're talking about. And yes, I 100% do want the hotel points.
Okay, here we go. Inception Perception. All right, I can't put Tommy Hudson in the queue because he was already drafted, but I'll find a comparable. Pete and Matt have to count down and say who they want to draft at the same time. If not correct, try again, but no names can be repeated. So we got to get on the same wavelength here, but we can start trying now. I'm going to put Taysom Hill in the queue since we don't have Tommy Hudson.
Yeah, let's do it. I just watched the Saints offense today, and my God, so much Taysom Hill. But yeah, okay, let's do this.
I'm looking at the draft board. I'm going to just scroll down a little bit. I'm going to look around. And then,
okay.
All right, I know who I'm going to say. Are you ready to do it?
Yep.
All right, let's say I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. Say it. 3, 2, 1. Ben Sinnott.
I forgot Zeke was off the board. He just went. And that was who I was going to go with.
Okay, let's do it again. I can't say Ben Sinnott. We have to do another option here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Rico Dowdle. Fuck. Okay, let's try again. I think we're getting close. All right. 1, 2, 3. Kamani Vidal.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Ty Chandler.
Yes. There we go. Yes.
Process of elimination.
Oh no. That was horrible.
Dude, you guys are out of control. Taysom Hill to Hudson. That's insanity. Blame John for taking my joke prompt at pick 23.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do about that? Taysom probably would have given us some weeks though. So I do understand the frustration.
Wow, man. I thought I could get you to triple stack Jayden Daniels with Ben Sinnott.
Yeah, I mean I should have done that, but how many times has Ben Sinnott taken Sam Laporta out of my line? I wouldn't say I wanted Zeke. I was, okay with Zeke.
Bullshit, John. I was 100% saying Ty Chandler. He was at the top of the queue. All right, Christmas tree. Matt, do you have any pen, paper by you? Matt must draw the route tree of a wide receiver he wants to draft. If he can give Pete clues such as when he was drafted, division he's in, height, etc., but he cannot disclose the team.
I have the chart. I mean, I have the chart that I manually do. So I mean, I can give you some hints here.
Okay. If Pete is correct, draft that wide receiver. If not, Quentin Johnston. God, I got to put Quentin Johnston in the queue again.
God damn it. All right, bring up the receivers here.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Frankie, don't take the guy who's the bit punishment for the draft. Okay. Darnell, Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin, Adam Thielen, Rashad Bateman, Michael Wilson, Luke McCaffrey, Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm going to do the next best thing to Quentin Johnson and put Skyy Moore in the queue instead.
Oh, that's actually like personally insulting. So
Tell me about it.
All right.
All right.
I'm not really drawing. I'm kind of more like doing numbers here.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's going to be tough, but okay. So this is a player that not a lot of deep separation here. I don't know if you can really see the numbers.
Yeah. Let me go bigger here.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a lot of deep separation.
Not a lot of deep separation. This 9 route score really down.
Yeah.
Pretty awful on the corner. The post is okay, but like, if you really paid attention, you could see that like the slant route success rate, the curl route success rate's pretty high. Dig route, pretty good too. Like if we just get some opportunity for this player, I think people will remember that this was a very talented player coming into the league. Strong route runner. He's just got to stay healthy.
Is it Rashad Bateman?
It is Rashad Bateman.
I knew it. Let's go. You know what was really scary at first is I thought it was Adam Thielen because you're like 0 separation, does nothing out here. But then you didn't talk about like getting him the ball underneath, and you started talking about hope and promise, and I knew that was Rashad Bateman's
You just drafted
music.
Skyy Moore.
Oh, fuck. What
we did all this shit, Pete.
What
I
happened?
would have rather had Adam Thielen. Although, you know what? Like, if I can admit this, don't ever put this anywhere else on the internet. I actually think that if Rashee Rice is suspended, I shouldn't say I actually think. I'd like maybe 45% believe this. If Rashee Rice is suspended and they stick Skyy Moore in like the little gimmicky Rashee Rice like crossing route role instead of having him run like vertical routes from the outside, which even if you like Skyy Moore in college, which I did like Skyy Moore in college, nobody ever thought he was going to do that. I actually think he could be like an acceptable NFL player.
That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said about Skyy Moore in the past year. You know what? I'm going to do a penalty shot. That was my bad. It's my bad.
Yeah, that was definitely your. I mean, we did so well.
I don't even know what happened, Matt, because I went to click Rashad Bateman. I'm going to have to watch the tape back.
To be honest with you, it's like this is I mean, I guess Skyy Moore fits in this too, but like the Harmon's keeping the candle lit for Jahan Dotson and Rashad Bateman. Like those two guys probably should not be on the same team. Like there's just like way too much sadness there. So maybe that was, you deserve this.
You know what?
What was that?
It was Los Dos Tequila.
Could be worse.
What I was going to say, Matt, is it was a couple summers ago, here and on Ship Chasing, we were taking Skyy Moore in every single draft. And I think I literally had an out-of-body experience where the Lord didn't allow me to select Rashad Bateman, and he was like, you will select Skyy Moore again.
You were drawn back to like a dog to its vomit. You were drawn back to the mistakes from your past.
I'm telling you, I think there might have been some divine intervention. Max says it looked like it glitched. I thought I clicked Rashad Bateman. I swear to God, I'm going to have to go watch that tape back.
Yeah, I thought I saw you move him down, but yeah, people are definitely saying about the fingers, man. I thought you had like.
Did you see the attack ad on my fingers? They're coming for me.
I mean, I'm probably thinking about voting for Davis Maddox fingers at this point.
No, I'm telling you, the
Going
star
independent.
method. Are you familiar with this star method, Matt Harmon? This ruins teams. People queue up all of their stacks. They take one player early. Next thing you know, they're drafting Baker Mayfield in the 4th round because they took Mike Evans. That's what the star method does to these teams.
I think people really need to like get a life.
Is that what you think when you see all of us best ball bros just talking and drafting about this stuff nonstop? Is just get a life, guys.
No, not you guys. Just the weirdos that take Baker Mayfield in the 4th round or whatever. Like you were. I mean, I'd never heard of the star method until just now in this moment.
Good. It's an awful thing that ruins families, ruins lives. All right, what do we got here? All right, so this is I put here because I couldn't put the player's name. Otherwise, you would be able to look at it and spell it. But you need to spell DeMornay Pearson L's name correctly. Otherwise, you were going to have to draft him. I'm going to have to come up with a DeMornay Pearson L comp while Matt spells it out.
Can I write it down and then spell it at the same time?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay. I probably already fucked it up. EMORNE, DeMornay. Pearson, PEARSON-EL.
No, you were wrong right. So it's DE. Here, I'll put it into here so you can see it. DE. Apostrophe MORNAY.
Oh man, he was born in Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh man,
damn it!
You should have. I mean, age 28. I mean, you guys probably grew up together. I mean, what the hell, Matt?
I know, West Potomac High School, man, unbelievable.
Do you know what I just noticed? How incredible is his Instagram name? Look at this. His Instagram is don't punt _
Dude, who is this player?
So he was a USFL or XFL guy here. Yeah, he was on the UFL Generals. And now he's immortalized in best ball lore because the guy who rage tanked his draft the other day selected him.
Right. That's where I'd heard of him as well. I mean, damn, man. Virginia native. All-American honors as a punt returner as a true freshman at Nebraska. Unbelievable.
I'm going to see how random of a play I can get for you here. That's a wide receiver. Shy Smith. Oh, dude, how about Josh Doxson?
I mean, let's get Byron Pringle he was on the Commanders too.
Yeah.
But I feel like Doxson is better because people mix up Doxson and Jahan Dotson still to this day.
Yeah. Doxson was the TCU guy, right?
I really thought he was going to be good.
I know. Yep. All right. I think that's the punishment there. Man, don't punt. What an epic Instagram name. All right. You're going to do Doxson. We are going to spin the wheel here. We got 3 more picks, 16th, 17th, 18th round. The team, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Matt,
That's
if
horrible.
I'm being honest.
It's horrible, and I've wasted this. I did pen on this chart, so I'm going to have to throw this away. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use it.
All right. Cardio Club. Matt names 3 players with
Alec Pierce.
Oh, look at you coming in hot.
For sure, Alec Pierce. I think.
Yeah, so the full thing, low targets per route run, sub 10%, and good route participation, over 80% last season, else run in place until the next pick. You know what you're in luck with about this one is I generally try to hunt down some of the answers for this one. The person who submitted this prompt did not give me the answers. So if you just look at me with supreme confidence and say who you think it is, I'm probably not going to be able to fact check your work.
I definitely think that Alec Pierce, like I said, is for sure one of them. I would say that the other ones are MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I mean, he's got to be Cardio Club. Honestly, Quentin Johnson probably is pretty close, but I would say last one is I mean, I feel like now I'm ruining my confidence, but I kind of want to say Allen Robinson, but I don't know if he was at 80% route participation, but he sure as shit played a lot.
Did Jalen Guyton run enough routes to meet this threshold?
Well, did he play in enough games is the better question.
Yeah. Jahan Dotson is a pretty good guess, too.
Dotson was close. I think Dotson was close, but I think he's like at 11% target share.
I think this is what's good. Yeah, I think we have to we might have to run in place until this next pick.
I don't even know how many. I mean, I don't know that this question seems kind of rigged. It was 10%.
Yeah.
There's none. I'm looking on fantasy points right now.
Oh.
I mean, Alec Pierce is 12%, and he is the lowest. So
okay.
I feel like for that alone, I should be given credit on this.
You fact checked these guys.
Dotson was pretty close too, though. He was 13%. But yeah, in terms of route participation.
I don't know why this chat, everyone's trying to guess. And there's just this guy who comes out of nowhere. Dotson, a simp. I mean, what a savage burn there. Yeah, video is saying.
Many people are saying John Dotson, a huge
Okay.
simp. Yeah, nobody's below 12, so this question is rigged.
Do you want to do a tight end here? You have one tight end. Kate Otten, likely Noah Fant, Jonnu Chig, Tucker Kraft.
That dried up quickly. I guess I kind of forgot about taking a tight end. Let's do likely.
Oh man. I want to say people in the chat said they went back and watched the replay. They said the Skyy Moore Bateman thing was a glitch. I feel like I was getting gaslit, Matt. I don't know what's going on right now.
I mean, the fact that Skyy Moore is on this team is just so insulting. Like we got that right, Pete. We got that question right, and somehow we still ended up with Skyy Moore. And like, I do think that is the universe coming back as like 2 people that drafted a lot of Skyy Moore, probably. As
our
you're saying,
comeuppance.
This was our comeuppance for sure.
Okay, here is our team so far before our final two picks. It's a 2-4-8-2 build. We're good at quarterback. Jayden Daniels, Brock Purdy, completely fine. We're good at running back. Bijan, Derrick Henry, Zamir White, Ty Chandler, fine. Wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk, Jayden Reed, Hollywood Brown, Dyami Brown, Jahan Dotson, Jalen Polk, Skyy Moore, and Josh Doxson, and Sam Laporta, Isaiah Likely. It's really those three wide receiver picks. Dyami, Skyy, and Doxson. Otherwise, you've been doing fine.
Yeah, I just, the thing is, I didn't really like the Jayden Reed Hollywood Brown thing, and I was like, well, you know what? If I can just nail like my receiver 4 or 5 pick, and I end up with fucking Dyami Brown,
if I could just recover, yeah.
But like Jalen Polk, Jalen Polk's going to give us some weeks. Jahan Dotson's going to give us some weeks. I actually feel okay about that.
Appreciate all of you guys hanging out in the chat tonight. As Lou Dog says, 131 viewers, but only 6 likes. Let's get the likes going. My guy Tyler always drumming us up some likes and subs as well. Matt's crushing it. I'm knocking off the rust here, having to do some shots and vet a little bit of these prompts. But Matt did a good job digging and poking the holes in that one. Matt, anything you'd like the people to check out that you got working, that you're working on these days before we make these final two picks?
Yeah, I mean, got the year 3-4 receiver drop coming up on Reception Perception. So a lot of big names there. Nico Collins, he'll be, I mean, after giving that speech, he will be one of the top players featured. Jahan Dotson will be in that group as well. Rashad Bateman, if he doesn't make it in this group, he'll be up pretty soon. So honestly, a lot of connective tissue to what we've talked about tonight. So yeah, there's also gonna be some good players too, like Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson and Jalen Waddle. So it's a pretty exciting time.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, I feel like Olave's been like somewhat of a polarizing player this offseason where people are like, ooh, all right. New PFP, take a selfie before your next pick and set it as your Twitter profile picture for the rest of the show. You're actually getting off the hook. Only a few more minutes left of the show. If you refuse, draft a player who doesn't have a picture on Underdog yet, can you get a selfie here in real time for Twitter?
Yes, easy. I just did a very awful, like straight stare. God, remember when I called Austin Ekeler? He's gonna be so weird. He's gonna be so weirded out about that.
So here's the current one right here, and I will
not a great picture, anyways. I mean, my God,
we're refreshing. This one looks like he just got back from like a fishing and hunting trip.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, definitely not posting it, but all right, I did it.
Okay, I like that one. I think that's good.
I think I might just keep it.
It's good. You know what? Last randomizer, I put up my profile picture during a draft with Gretch, and people thought I was going to just, change it the next day. It's been up ever since then. So I'm just saying there's a stickiness to randomizer picks. You do get to pick whoever you want. We're at a 2-4-8-2. What position would you like to look at?
What do you? I mean, I would feel like we need to
take
do another receiver because it's so many. It's like, let's go running back. Let's go Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman. Yeah, this team could definitely use one more running back, and then definitely probably one more wide receiver to round it out.
I mean, we'd have like 3 dead spots at receiver. So
I'm telling you, Matt, I think this photo's a keeper. It's a good one. I like it.
To block me there for a second. I mean, your fingers are so itchy.
Yeah. All right. Final prompt of the night. Yes. 0 R&B. In the tone of R&B group, Boy Young Boy, sing a description of the next wide receiver to pick. And if Pete gets it right, pick that player. If wrong, pick wide receiver older or younger than 31.
Here's the thing. Boy Young Boy is actually not an R&B band. It's actually pretty much like a Creed offshoot because that's my like ironic singing voice. So
okay,
I will be cool to do that. So let's pull up the receiver list here.
And it's just a description because I got to guess this.
Okay. Not a lot of great names here. I know the last 2 years have not gone well at all. You've barely played, but there's a man who's out the way, at the X receiver position, and this team's desperate for help. Desperate, not a lot's gone their way this offseason. But maybe if we get a random third-year breakout from a face planter like a Jalen Tolbert, we're gonna go to the moon here in around 18.
I love it. Incredible. Bravo. With routes wide open.
With routes wide open. I don't know if Jalen Tolbert has a lot of wide open routes. I guess we'll have to see.
Can I get one of that in the big? Can I get that? Because you nailed that. Can I hear that again?
With routes wide open.
That is coming to a randomizer intro near you. Well done. Well done. Man, yeah, Jalen Tolbert. There was like the Rappaport article about him that was like buzz and people were getting excited. And then I clicked to read the article and the hype was just Jalen Tolbert being like, I'm going to do it this year.
And like Brandon Cook saying he's going to be good. Trust me, which is like the teammate saying like, this is the year has for sure a 1000% fail rate. Jalen Tolbert ran 249 routes. Like there's a non-0% chance I end up charting him this offseason. So
yeah, he's an interesting one there. All right.
Who scores more fantasy points, Jalen Tolbert or Skyy Moore?
Oh, Jalen Tolbert for sure. For sure. Oh my goodness. That was incredible though. I think you stuck the landing. The structure rounded out 2-5-9-2. I'll recap this team here. Jayden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, Zamir White, Ty Chandler, Deontay Foreman, wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Jaden Reed, Hollywood Brown, Dyami Brown, Jahan Dotson, Jalen Book, Skyy Moore, Josh Doxson, Jalen Tolbert, Sam Laporta, and Isaiah Likely. Matt, what is your assessment of this squad?
I mean, pretty unbelievable that Josh Doxson is on this team and he might not be our worst pick. Like that is a pretty unbelievable team. I think if we get, like, listen, we've got 2 Chiefs receivers on this team. If we can just get a good season out of Marquise Brown, I actually think that's going to end up being a pretty solid team.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time to talk about that. How are you handicapping the like Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown trio?
Like the thing is right now, I think the best receiver is Hollywood Brown. I mean, the thing with Rashee Rice is it's a lot of like gimmicky stuff. Like I think we're still kind of in a discovery mode of can he be like a true wide receiver, which I don't think Marquise Brown's like a number 1, but I think he's a pro. Like he beats zone coverage really well. The Chiefs end up facing a lot of zone coverage because teams don't want to play man against Pat Mahomes. There's not a lot of blitzing, so it's just pretty standard zone coverage. And like Marquise Brown's always been a good zone beater. So I think if he stays healthy, he's probably the favorite, I would say, to lead the receiver room in targets.
Yeah. He definitely seems like the safest bet these days when you consider Rashee Rice's situation. Xavier Worthy already has a hamstring, all of that. Harmon, this was an absolute blast. Thank you for singing and eating vegetables and everything else we made you do tonight.
I mean, I talked about wide receivers, I ate vegetables, and I sang in my ridiculous Creed voice. This is actually pretty much just like what my daily life looks like. So this was pretty fun for me. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Obviously, if you guys are not following Matt, check out his very stunning new profile picture on x.com. Give him the follow. Check out Reception Perception, all of his great stuff over on Yahoo. And you'll have to keep us posted about how the inevitable follow-up conversation with Austin Ekeler goes after you prank called him on his honeymoon.
I actually am not sure which one I'm hoping for more, that he never follows up, or that like if he doesn't follow up, that kind of is like, man, that says like our relationship is definitely not very important.
Either way, it's either a what the fuck or the silence speaks volumes.
Well, I mean, he does technically owe a shaved eyebrow bet. I don't know if people that listen to Eckler's Edge know this, that at the beginning of last year, he said, you can find the tapes, that unprompted, by the way, bold prediction segment, somebody sent in both Lions running backs will be top 15 in PPR, half PPR, whatever. In half PPR, Yahoo standard scoring.
Yeah.
And Austin's like, no way, not gonna happen. I will shave my eyebrows if that happens. Like, again, unprompted. And
didn't even wow.
Because he obviously lost the bet because he was getting married. I was like, you know what? we're not going to make you do this like right at the end of the season. We'll do this some other time, because I didn't want him to go to his wedding with no eyebrows. So he might think I'm calling to collect on a bet, which again, he might never call me back because of that.
Yeah, that would be a very funny voicemail if you're like, do not come back from your honeymoon with more than one eyebrow, buddy.
I mean, you are on the Washington Commanders now. It is not much of a fucking drive for me to get to Ashburn, Virginia, and come shave your eyebrows at training camp, pal.
That's just a good content play right there. All right. Had an absolute blast tonight. Excited to have the randomizer back. Matt was awesome. Like I said, we're going to be here every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. New guests, all kinds of fun. You can submit your prompts. And also, I'm going to have a video posting on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel here in just a couple minutes. I did a draft challenge video where I let ADP make my first 5 picks, and then I tried to salvage it. So if you're still looking for some best ball content tonight, that's going to go up in a second. Thanks again to all of you. Hot Best Ball Summer is back. We'll see you next time on the Randomizer.